Hello, everyone. I hope everybody is doing good. And this is my submission about the TED Talk on listening to the other side. And for the first question, I think I have fair amount of capacity to listen to other people I disagree with, but it depends with the context of the issue. I think when discussion are respectful and focus on some ideas rather than personal attacks, I can usually stay open minded and genuinely try to understand how the other person is reasoning. However, but if the topic feels like it's um, is personal or directly tied to my core values, I can sometimes catch myself becoming defensive. Yeah. And for the second question is, are there certain speakers or messages that are more challenging for you to hear? Yes, some certain messages are definitely um, hard for me to hear. Yes, even as a listener who likes to listen to people. Some speakers who use maybe inflammatory language or seem dismissive of others. I feel that the message can cause harm in people lived experiences, and it it critically it critically lowers my ability to listen to them. And uh, um, some of the points that Wood emphasized on are listening does not require an agreement. It just allows a better understanding of opposing arguments. So if I speak this way, it doesn't mean that you have to agree with me. It just mean that I think of that I think about that topic in a certain way that you don't think about it, and maybe I can get some points from your thinking, and maybe you can get some some agreement from my thinking. I think it's just a perspective of what you want to process. Also, Wood suggested that intellectual resilience for it's good for intellectual resilience, as you are able to engage in uncomfortable ideas without shutting down. And I think this is this he emphasizes it's a necessary skill in a place like America, where we live in a democratic society. So everybody has their own opinion, and they have the right to think how and perceive the message, the topic, how they want. They may disagree with me, and I may disagree with them, but at the end of the day, mm, everybody wins. I hope so. I do agree with him in a large extent, and I think his argument about intellectual growth and resilience is convincing. And it's true, if we never expose ourselves to opposing ideas, or maybe or maybe I think our thinking may become narrow, because even though we believe there are limits, I think to what some other person has to say. I think other person ideas of valuable 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 lessons on certain situation. And even if I think agreeing with understanding opposing viewpoints makes us stronger thinkers and bet, bet, better in communication, because we are able to exchange and communicate on all these matters. And yes, Zachary Wood persuaded me. Well, he is calm, and he also talked about his personal experience, and and he made his argument feel sincere and balanced. He also acknowledged the discomfort of listening to opposing views and message. I mean, he emphasized on us listening to those messages in a more strategic and more intellectual way. I mean, yeah, rather than making it a big deal, but I mean, listening to them in a very processing them and increasing our intellectual capacity on processing that certain messages. And that is all I had to say. And thank you for listening, and have a good one. Bye bye.